If you can hear the sound of my voice right now, you are listening to the fifth episode, 18th season review of RuPaul's Drag Race. I hope you guys are doing well. I thought this week was a pretty good episode.
And Mandy still won that lip sync.
Mango Mandy has been gone for 2 weeks and the girls can't stop talking about her. Okay, Athena not getting the Sasha Colby edit is endearing to me because being perfect is so boring. So I'm glad that we kind of see her flaws, and honestly, this is nothing against Athena at all, but considering who her children are, Plain Jane, Morphine, Juicy Love Dion, I was expecting this super, 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 super glamazon drag queen. And while Athena is beautiful, she's stunning. And she does look like the Greek version of Mrs. Kasha Davis, let's be honest. I find her runways to be a little more camp than I expected. Like Athena definitely gives real world iteration of the birdcage, Nathan Lane's character, and maybe a little bit of Robin Williams' character too. But I don't know if this is her life currently, but I can totally see Athena opening up a drag bar, her and her family living upstairs, and the business on the bottom. So maybe I'm calling something into existence, but I see that in her future. Probably in Greece. I think she'll have dual residency. But anyways, moving right along, are Vita and Mia showmancing? I noticed they were kissing in the promos or promotional interviews for this season, and they're always walking in together, and they like chose each other for the besties challenge last week. So here's a little bit of strategy. Mia calls Vita, last week's winner, a silent assassin. And that got me to thinking. Vita knows how to play the game. She knows when to keep her mouth shut, and she knows when to show up and do the damn thing. Is Vita the Nymphia of this season? Vita gets to choose which week. So this week's challenge is the talent show in two parts. Boo. I say boo. I say boo. I say boo. I don't know why we couldn't have done it all this week, but it is what it is. Vita gets to choose if she wants to display her talents this week or next week, and she chooses this week. Now, I will say that even though I am a supporter of Miss Vita, I felt like her performance was like very let loose coded. Laduca's Let Loose. Like it was technically not bad, but I felt like we could have gotten more energy. We could have gotten her using the stage more, and just to shake off those nerves a bit. But every queen is not going to have a stellar week, and that's just the way it is. Y'all, I love Discord. I know that she's polarizing, but Discord is like me when people tell me to talk more. Y'all need to leave the quiet hoes alone. People like RuPaul make me want to hide because the people that are in my face talking about, oh, you need to talk more, da 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 da, they never have good intentions. And they are the least known for actually connecting on a genuine level. They just want to hear themselves talk. They're just full of hot air. And when I get dinged for being reserved, like, I'm just like, okay, so what am I connecting with? Air? Because you don't have anything to offer. Make it make sense. Sierra reminds me of Nina Bonina Brown. They both do ooky spooky looks. Mark my words, Nina Bonina Brown will have a resurgency in 2026 and her haters will be exposed. I'm just telling you what I know. No one made an alliance with Vita and Jane, who are front runners, and Discord or Darlene, who are like mid high. I just wonder why not. So moving on to the runways, Juicy, hell yes for the runway and hell yes for the performance. It was so clean, like so precise, her movements, and her runway was beautiful. And as someone who loves flowers, I was a fan of her look. I think that a lot of these super young dancy queens get really bad. We don't expect a lot of them because in earlier seasons that's all they were good at. But when you get someone like a Morphine and a Juicy, they can act, they can do beautiful runways, they have beautiful faces. They're just the complete package. So I fear that we are in the new era of these very young queens that look like we might not need to worry about them too much, but actually they're actually very well rounded. And I love it. The messy producer in me wants to oversee a docuseries around Georges, Lydia, and Juicy. There's something about this joke about each one of these queens being RuPaul's new favorite queen or twink, so to speak. It's giving showgirls. Like I wonder how Georges feels. Does she feel like she's being replaced, or does she feel like this is a natural progression? Like every year there's going to be a new girl, so you just have to keep leveling up, because Georges is another one. Like even on her original season, she showed a lot of promise and then just continued to get better. I think they're going to crown her. I do. And speaking of Latina queens, I think that Mia, that bitch is coming for the crown. I do see her in a top three placement. And I think that if they wanted to crown a Latina, they could. And Mia or Juicy would be really good for that. So now, as far as the top two lip sync, I would have put Nene on the top two with Juicy. Let's go back to Nene. Her runway, did I love it? I don't I hated it. Sorry, Nene. I hate it. I don't know what that was. But you know what? That's the brain of Nene. But I loved her national dragographic performance when she was the animal. Like she's so not weird, but just a nerd. And her nerdism is so beautiful in the way she presents it, and I just love it. Vita, Runway was cute, but I liked the jewels that were the necklace or that were on her chest, but I didn't completely love the runway. Now, I literally said Darlene out loud because after her previous runways, I was a bit whelmed by this episode's offering. Her look wasn't ugly, but it didn't look done, the garment, and the colors didn't go together. Honey, Mia was drowning on that runway with that big bow. And had this been a less beloved queen, Selena S. Titties, she would have got red for it. Now, y'all know I like Mia. I have noticed that Mia has a certain urban aesthetic to her that's not completely Latino. It's very black hood based. And I wonder, like, did she grow up around black people? Is this a natural extension of her personality? Or is she just trying to use ghetto black girl aesthetic to gain more fans? Because that's what a lot of these people love, is a stereotype. So I like Mia, but I noticed there was a lot of criticism that Selena S. Titties got 3 seasons prior. No one's really saying that to Mia, and I wonder why. Mikey has consistently some of the best runways. She's also another quiet front runner that I see doing well, but she doesn't brag about how good she is, which makes her so enjoyable to watch. She just is excellence. She doesn't have to show you she's excellent. Kenya looked beautiful. I mean, probably the best runway she's ever looked, and I really hope that she continues to do well and not be on the bottom because, girl, I can't take it if she goes home. Jane's cacophonous maximalist look, when you look at the individual pieces, it's like, what is this? This doesn't go together, but it worked for me. It worked for me. That's Jane Don't. That's her perspective, and I loved it. Okay, so Mia for me won the top two lip sync, but I'm glad that they made both of them win. Like I said, I see Mia and Juicy at least in the top four, top five. So we will see how that goes. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. You know I love to talk to you. Let me know what you think. Have an awesome week, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye bye.